Hey everyone, it's Mary here with more of Midlife Chronicles, and today I wanted to talk about Quitter Day. It's the beginning of January 2025. Yay, I'm so excited for a new year to come in. Excited for what might lie ahead and how to create change, how to create some change in me and create some change in my overall life. And I hope that you are looking for some change in your life as well. But Quitter Day is upon us, and Quitter Day is January, I think this year it's January 10th. It's usually 2 weeks into the new year. People's resolutions fizzle out. Everybody gives up on what they said that they wanted, or what their New Year's resolution was, if you set one. For those of you that do set a New Year's resolution, I have some bad news for you, because 88% of you are going to quit by January 10th, the second Friday of the year. That's kind of depressing. But there are some things that we can do about it. So I wanted to talk about those. So go ahead and get your journal if you don't already have one, because there'll be some things that you can work on throughout the week that will help you to stay on track or readjust a little bit, because we can do that. Instead of giving up on what it is that we say that we want, then if you just readjust and realign yourself, then you're going to be better suited to go after that goal and attain that goal and be one of those of the, 18% or so that actually go on and create lasting change. Lasting change 2025. Let's create some lasting change in 2025. So if 88% of us are going to fail our goals, the outlook looks pretty grim. But let's talk about the reverse of that, of what we can do. There are things that actually we can do to create change. So let's talk about that. So this is what Dr. Sin Shah says, a professor at Baylor College, the Department of Psychology, says that what happens is that when we set our New Year's resolution, we tend to set big, hairy, scary goals, or goals that actually are unachievable, unrealistic, or idealistic. So we don't have the focus on ourselves. We have the focus on something that's outside of ourselves. And I talk about this all the time. For those of you that follow me and my Braving Midlife group, I talk about that all the time. Change comes from us. It comes from within. There are things that we can want. Certainly we can want bigger, better, more. But unless we're part of that, unless there's something that we actually are going to play a part in of actually creating change, most likely we're not going to get there. So, and change begins with us. It begins with our mindset. It begins with our heart set. It begins with those daily actions that we do throughout our day. Because if we on average have 35,000 decisions that we make in a day, what are the decisions that you're going to make that are going to get you closer to the goal? What are those incremental changes that you can do to get you closer to your goal? So in that, think about being specific. So say, for instance, your goal is, I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. I want to be more healthy. That's not measurable. So what happens when you don't set goals that are specific and that goals that are not measurable, then you're more apt to give up on them. Because it's kind of like a cop out. It's kind of like you're setting it's like you're setting yourself up for failure. And you can then get to say, I see, I'm not worthy, I'm not ready, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, which all of that, quite frankly, is a bunch of bull. You are, if you want it, you can have it, but you have to want it bad enough. There's a quote that I really like, so listen to this. This is from Terry Bly. She's a licensed clinical psychologist, and it goes like this. I'm going to read it. The pain of not changing has to be greater than. The pain of not changing has to be greater than the pain of changing for us to really change. The pain of not changing has to be greater than the pain of changing, because it's not going to be comfortable. I'm going to tell you, this is for sure, it's not going to be comfortable. Changing, creating change rarely feels good. We like being on the hamster wheel of life. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to get emotionally charged about anything. We can just be like, see, nothing changes. Oh, well, my life is awful. My life, I'm not getting what I want. Oh, well. The pain it's kind of like, it's almost like the pain has to be greater than, not equal to. I was going to say equal to, but it has to be greater than. So be really specific. If you want to lose weight, then I'm going to stop eating my afternoon cookie every day. I'm going to stop eating anything with sugar in it. I'm going to work out 20 minutes 3 days a week. That's specific. It's also measurable. So you get to see when and where you're falling off track. And you get to hold yourself accountable. However, the other way to help your goal get to fulfillment or fruition is to have an accountability partner. Join a like-minded group of other people that are on a similar goal or a similar path. Join a group coaching group. Find a group in Substack or Discus that are talking about change or goals or something, and be accountable to somebody other than yourself. Not in a shame kind of way, not so somebody's going to say, see, I told you were going to fall off. Not that kind of way, but somebody that's going to challenge you. Not always, it's not always somebody, they're not always going to say something that you're going to like, but they're gonna challenge you. And track it. Download a habit tracker. I've got one on my website over at Braving Midlife. I can put it in the comments below, or in the show notes below the description. Habit tracker. Get a habit tracker. Work at making this being successful, and start slow. Give yourself time to work up habits. Let me tell you, habits, we love habits. Our life is one big habit after the next big habit after the next big habit. We're on autopilot all the time. So if you want to create change, you've got to figure out how to build a new habit into your daily life. Does your goal have a reason? What's the reason? If you want a health goal, which apparently is the number one goal every year for health or weight, but if you have a health or a weight goal, what's the reason? What's the reason behind it? And it just can't, the reason can't be, I just want to lose weight, or I want to feel better. What does feel better mean? I want to be able to ... I want to be able to play with my grandchildren and lift them up. I want to be able to run a marathon or a half marathon by the end of 2025, right? What's the reason? What are you going to get out of it, right? The pain of change has to be greater than the pain of changing. So what are you going to get out of it? And once you have that clearly stated, then you are able to better build a path. Build a path by creating these, I don't want to say minute because it almost sounds too small, but these small changes that will get us there day by day, decision by decision, right? Decision by decision. What decision are you going to change today that's going to help you to make a difference? Achieving a goal that is clearly stated needs a plan. It's no different than launching a business or you want to a new career path. Like, you need a plan, right? You need a way to get there. There's no difference. And with the plan, you get to see the steps. So you can I often talk about create that goal or create that statement and funnel it down. Then you can work backwards and you get down to these small steps, and then you can start there and start working up, and you get to see your progress. You get to champion yourself and build that change. Habits die hard. They've been with us like forever. And we are habitual animals. We love habits. And in creating change, you need to give yourself, like a pat on the back. Like, where do you get to celebrate yourself? Where do you get to celebrate the small wins? So what new habit do you wish to create? What's the reason for it? What's the goal? What's a new habit, a goal, an aspiration? What is it that you would like to create in 2025 for you? Be selfish. Because of this change that we need to make, there's something that we're going to have to release. We don't like the word sacrifice. People don't like the word sacrifice because it's like, it feels almost heavy, like we're giving up something. Oh my God, we have to sacrifice something. Oh, what do you need to release? What about you? Maybe it's a way of thinking. It's a way of setting up your day. Maybe you need to set an alarm earlier. Maybe it's 20 minutes earlier, half an hour earlier. Maybe it's you need to set an alarm to go to bed. Maybe you need a bedtime routine. What's that change, that habitual change that you can make in order to leave room for change? We gotta expand to create change. Because if we stay the same, we're gonna stay the same. We're going to give up on ourselves. We're going to be at Quitter's Day on January 10th and everything's going to have gone. So what is it? What's the reason? What's the change? What's the habitual change that you can make? And how are you going to hold yourself accountable? Be specific on everything. Be specific. Challenge yourself to, what is it that I can do? What role do I play? Because this is all about you. This isn't about anybody else. Oh, they did it to me. Oh, I couldn't do it because of them. Sorry, not today. Not in 2025. Make your goal measurable, accountable, specific, You can do this. It takes time. It takes time. You know, you may not do it and you may not get it all written out in a day. Give yourself time to process it. It's okay. It's okay. Let's get through Quitter's Day and see how far that we can get into the future with this new way of being. Let's try not to be one of the 88% that are going to give up on ourselves in the first month of the year. Let's create some lasting change. Together, we can do that. Thanks for being here. This is Mary with Braving Midlife. I'm in the beautiful city of Boston right now. It is chilly, so cold and windy outside, so I'm hunkered down here in my hotel room in the beautiful city of Boston. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Let me know in the comments. Send me an email at mary@askmary if there's anything that you want to say offline, or DM me. I'm here for you to see how we can create lasting change in 2025. Cheers to a beautiful new year. Ciao for now.